Deku running to save Bakugo, Deku punching the giant robot to save Uraraka, Deku throwing the ball, Deku and Uraraka winning the exercise, All Might defeating the Nomu. What do all of these scenes have in common? Stay and find out. I reread the first couple arcs of My Hero Academia, and it was much better than I remembered. Here are the writing lessons I picked up on that enhance the story. Lesson 1. Monologues are enhancers. MHA enhances epic scenes by having monologues during them, internal or external. The best way I can explain this is like a commentator talking over a sports game. Would a soccer goal be as exciting with the announcer screaming golazo? Would Ankara Messi be as exciting if the announcer wasn't hyping it up? It's the same thing here. An inner monologue from the characters in action, or spectators, can just spice up the scene. Here are examples. When Deku saves Bakugo in Chapter 1, he has an inner monologue where he's asking himself why he started running. Then when All Might saves both of them, he gives a monologue about how he should have taught Deku a better lesson. In Chapter 3, there's another monologue. When Deku sees Uraraka and he decides to save her, there's the mark of a true hero monologue to hype up the scene. When Deku throws the ball in Chapter 6, he has a monologue about how he'll never be a hero at this rate and how he needs to work harder. Then Aizawa has a monologue reacting to Deku's epic moment. When Deku reads Bakugo's move in Chapter 8, he lets his Deku who tries his best monologue loose. When Bakugo blows up the building with his bracelets, the narrator steps in to explain Bakugo's quirk as he revels in his destruction. In 10, Deku has his I wanna beat you speech before his final exchange with Bakugo. In Chapter 19, All Might has back-to-back epic monologues when he takes the Nomu back to school. First, there's the I am the symbol of peace internal monologue right before he goes into the last exchange. Then there's the Plus Ultra monologue while he's exchanging blows with his enemy. And to further enhance the hype, 3 of the spectators have monologues about how shocked they are about what they just saw. The monologues don't always have to be in action scenes. At the end of Chapter 1, All Might has his epic speech about how Deku could be a hero. In Chapter 2, when Deku goes against All Might's plan, he has his I wanna be like you speech. Both create great emotional beats. I've heard people say that characters shouldn't bluntly say what they're feeling, but sometimes that can create such a powerful scene. In Chapter 4, Uraraka pouring out her raw feelings about sharing her points is powerful and is only enhanced by All Might's monologue about rescue points and being a hero. Deku's I wanna be like you is another great example. It's because you're so awesome that I wanna beat you. This is what Deku says to Bakugo, and it's so on the nose, but it works. The raw passion surpasses the lack of subtlety. Lesson 2. Sudden reversals. One of the biggest tricks in Hero's most emotional scenes is the sudden reversal in tone or mood of the scene. For example, the tone of the scene will quickly snap from negative to positive in an instant. This dramatic switch from one end to the other makes the writing exciting. Let me give some examples. In Chapter 1, All Might is watching the chaos from a distance and thinking about how he's useless. Deku is looking at it too, beating himself up, thinking that a hero will come. This is all negative, but as soon as he sees Bakugo, a double spread launches Deku into action and he goes in to save him. This is the reversal into positive. It happens again in Chapter 3. Deku's about to fail the exam when he notices Uraraka trapped and a giant robot approaching. This is negative. It suddenly reverses to positive when Deku steps in to save her. But sudden reversals aren't just in action scenes. In Chapter 4, All Might gives Deku a message and it starts with the bad news, which is that he got a 0 on the practical, meaning he failed. But then the good news is that Uraraka asked to give her points to Deku, which leads to All Might dropping another exciting monologue on us. Rescue points were also a factor, meaning that Deku passed. Sudden reversal. In Chapter 10, Deku is losing the fight against Bakugo, which is negative, but after his speech, he goes for one last move with Uraraka, which leads to the team victory, which is positive. Lesson 3. Flashbacks are enhancers. Flashbacks can quickly develop the plot, characters, and setting by quickly showing important information from the past, but there's another way to use them. MHA uses them to enhance the drama and emotions in a scene. While a character is doing something epic, the story will briefly flash back to a specific moment to enhance the emotions of the scene before flashing back to the present to finish off the set piece. The first example is in Chapter 1. All Might gives Deku a dramatic speech about how he can become a hero, so the story amplifies this by contrasting his speech with flashbacks to Deku being told that he can't become a hero. Within the first season, this is the only one that I could find. It could be used more in later arcs, but it's definitely a powerful tool. Lesson 4. Frequent themes. In the climax of arcs or mini arcs, MHA makes a great effort to include a theme, and it does it as frequently as possible. In Chapter 1, the theme is you can be heroic regardless of your limitations, and is shown through Deku and All Might. In the climax of the entrance exam, the theme is you should help others even at your own expense, and is shown through Deku. In the quirk apprehension test, the theme is don't just work hard, work smart. In the battle trial arc, the theme is fight smart. In the USJ arc, the theme is go beyond your limits. In the first season, there is not a single arc that misses the opportunity to include a theme in the climax and it makes the story better. All of these climaxes are enhanced. Lesson 5. Frequent character arcs. Like with themes, MHA tries to include a character arc in most of his story arcs. In the introduction, both Deku and All Might share the same arc of going past their limits in order to be heroic. In the quirk apprehension, Deku has the arc of learning that working hard doesn't always work. Sometimes you have to work smart. After the battle trial, Bakugo starts his arc of learning to respect Deku. In USJ, Mineta has an arc about becoming courageous. Lesson 6. Put it in action. Most of these lessons happen during an action scene. Monologues happen during action scenes, themes happen during action scenes, character arcs happen during action scenes. By blending all of these strong moments together in an action scene, MHA is able to produce some of the most emotionally moving and exciting scenes in manga and anime. In conclusion, Hero's secret to emotional scenes are these 6 lessons. Monologues are enhancers, sudden reversals, flashbacks are enhancers, frequent themes, frequent character arcs, and put it in action. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.